Hi, my name is Jake Wild and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking all things Sonic 2. This is episode 4 of Tuft Talk and we're going to be making Tails, probably the cutest video game character of all time. Let's get started. This movie gives me 2000s Nickelodeon. Yeah, no disrespect to the writers, okay, you did that, but it was just so many jokes that it made it hard not to cringe every 2 seconds. I mean, you can ask Andrew because I looked at him so many times in that movie like, what the fuck did they just say? And I get that the first Sonic had its cringy moments and cheesy moments, but at least the story knew where it was going. I feel like in this one it just got a little bit lost and it wasn't quite sure where it was supposed to go. Well, actually it knew where it was going to end up, but the journey in the middle was a little blurry. I know full well before critiquing this that the movie was made for children, but if I can't follow the movie, then how are the kiddos not following it? I mean, even in our theater, there was only one child there, and they left halfway through the movie. Don't know why, because we were enjoying it. We were enjoying it. Not to mention that this bitch had a lot of adult jokes in there. Like, weird adult jokes. It's almost like the actors gave the editors so many takes to work with, so many improvisations, but the editors picked the worst takes and said, yeah, it's funny to me, let's put it in. It's almost like that trend of how all these cheesy kid movies are putting fart jokes in them. Are we really stooping that low and rewinding that far back that fart jokes are just hilarious? I don't know if they did a focus group on children and they were like, oh yeah, they're gonna love fart jokes, oh yeah. The movie starts with Sonic's adoptive parents Tom and Maddie going to Hawaii for a wedding, but it feels like the writers were trying to find a way to keep the non-animated characters involved in the story, even though it's mostly about the animated characters. I don't know, something just fell off in this one. In the first one, it felt pretty natural for Sonic to be entering this normal world that's not CGI created. But in this one, it just felt like, okay, we paid all these people. How do we involve them, even though the main story is about, you know, Robotnik and everybody else? Sometimes it felt like I was watching two completely different movies. Now, at the end of the first movie, Dr. Robotnik was ousted to a mushroom planet, and we pick up right where we left off, where he's basically using mushrooms to power his inventions. That's a whole thing. Eventually, we zoom on him meeting Knuckles, and that's how he gets off the planet and back to Earth. Knuckles is looking for Sonic because he wants the Master Emerald. The Master Emerald is an ancient relic, which is the center of this story, and it allows the user to bend reality. And it's green, and it sounds very familiar. Knuckles is in search of Sonic because Sonic was raised by a group of birds that were the protectors of the Master Emerald. Sonic has no idea what the fuck it even is. He didn't know that his mother was the protector of it, and he was a child, you know. He's 15 now. He's living his best life. He's not concerned. He's having a party at his house, as all kids would when their parents are gone. He gets rudely interrupted by Dr. Robotnik and Knuckles attacking him in his own home, destroying the place. Yeah, the insurance, I don't know if it's gonna cover that. We finally get introduced to Tails, the main character of this video today, as he drives a car through the house, which is already destroyed, so just run over it some more, who cares, picks up Sonic, gets out of that bitch, and we're okay for the time being. Tails explains that he's a pilot, an inventor, an engineer, and he got binged by Sonic's energy signature when in the last movie he caused a blackout, you know, in his town and probably the entire state. Ever since he picked up Sonic's energy signature, he's been on the search because he heard about how he beat Dr. Robotnik's ass all the way into the ground. Tails is like, I want to be like you. He went on the search for his idol, his American Idol. Tails is a super smart inventor who's brought all this really cool tech along. And they do show off quite a bit of it, but I think they could have given him a little bit more. They could have given him a bit more airtime in general. He came here to warn Sonic about Knuckles because Knuckles is on the hunt. And he was a little late, but he still saved the day. The storyline between Sonic and Tails is just so sweet because Sonic is helping Tails realize just how powerful and courageous he is. And that's a message I think that parents can get behind. He's just so cute in every scene, and the double-tailed helicopter, it never gets old. All right, it's giving Emily Osment in Spy Kids 2. Absolutely, yeah. What ensues next is a whole Indiana Jones-themed adventure situation where they find themselves in trouble, and Sonic calls up his dad, and he's like, "Daddy, you have a ring. I lost all of mine, and I need you to use it to help me get out of this avalanche. So I'm going to avalanche into this wedding that you're at of your wife's best friend who doesn't already like you, and now it's gonna make things worse." Sonic and Tails crash the wedding to escape an avalanche, and that causes a whole chain of events that genuinely make no sense. Again, the writers are thinking, how the fuck do we keep the non-animated actors involved? Oh yeah, let's have them crash the wedding. Let's have them, of all the places they could have gone in the world, let's have them crash the wedding. Let's have Sonic drop all of his rings out of a little pirate's booty fucking bag that couldn't have been sealed tighter. I mean, a Ziploc bag could have been tighter than that. And yet, here we are. I'm being very critical and jokey and making fun of things. So I just want to say I completely respect everybody that has worked on this film. I'm just having a little bit of fun. Take it down. It's not that serious. The movie's already out. You made millions from it, so chill out. Thank you very much. Okay, bye. The bride is named Rachel. She's Maddie's best friend. She's getting married to this hot-ass man, and she's played by the queen of the spa from The White Lotus, Natasha Rothwell, who we should have known she was just going to give us, the performance of a lifetime, because she did. She delivered us a performance with range. Every emotion of the spectrum. Then we get to the truly bizarre plot twist that still makes no sense to me today, where the man she's marrying is actually a secret undercover agent who is hunting Sonic and only got close to her in order to get close to Maddie, who is the adoptive mother of Sonic, the anthropomorphic hedgehog that can run at supersonic speeds. This still doesn't make sense to me. Sonic is only helping the Earth, so I don't know why you want to arrest him. And now that someone else has come here from a different planet, you want to arrest them too. And the groom, the secret undercover agent, he's played by the man who's in Criminal Minds, and he's also in SWAT. You know him. So we should have taken that as the first red flag, that something was amiss. Sonic and Tails are captured by GUN. GUN stands for, let me fucking read it, because it's stupid. Guardian Units of Nations. Because that was the only name that they could come up with, apparently. With all the gun violence in our country and everything that's going on right now, they really thought it was the smartest thing to do, basically, is to name the Planetary Protection Agency GUN. Whatever. Natasha enters the frame, putting her foot on the gas pedal of a golf cart, ready to run her almost husband all the way over. She stops and instead destroys the trellis, and it just goes tumbling because we needed more action in this movie. The scene right after this one, where she tries to make up with her almost husband, that was completely unnecessary because we're not really invested in these people, and it's not helping the story move along. I think we could have cut that out in the final edit, but whatever, I'm not in the room. Conveniently, the temple of the Master Emerald happens to be in the middle of the ocean right off the coast of Hawaii. It turns out the only place that Sonic could escape to from a deadly avalanche happens to be the same place where the Master Emerald is, which happens to be the same place that the wedding is being held where Tom and Maddie are. As one might have guessed, obviously, Dr. Robotnik betrays Knuckles because he wants the Master Emerald for himself. He wants all the power. He's been living on a mushroom planet for a while and he's over it. In the temple, Dr. Robotnik somehow makes it to the emerald. It absorbs into him. But Dr. Robotnik leaves Knuckles and Sonic to drown, so that's really good. And a pillar falls on Knuckles, traps him underwater. Sonic goes down, gets it off of him, saves him. They kind of become friends-ish, Knuckles has a heart of stone, and it's cracking a little bit. And then Tails comes in with his iconic plane tornado, swoops him up, and this next part, the timeline, it's confusing. It's confusing because I'm thinking that this is all happening in the same day. So I don't know how everybody got back to Green Hills. Green Hills being the small town that Tom and Maddie live in, you know, from the first one. They all flew on a 6-hour flight home, but the sun is still up. Yeah. I mean, it works. It's just the times don't add up. So I'm thinking this is about 5 o'clock or something. The sun is going down, but it's not dark yet. I'm not in the writing room. I'm not in the editing bay, nothing of the sort. Dr. Robotnik is ready to wreak havoc on the town of Green Hills because he still hates Sonic. He is just so smart. And I thought he wanted this jewel for power. You could be doing so many other things with your time, but instead you're attacking a small town in the middle of nowhere in like gorgeous mountains, Nature Valley. GUN is here with tanks and guns and weapons, and Dr. Robotnik basically just dismantles those like Legos and builds a huge robot, you know, of himself, giving very Pacific Rim. The heroes fly in and start kicking some Dr. Robotnik giant ass robot ass. The writers say, wait, too much animated action. We need to figure out a way to put the live action humans back into the movie because we've already cut them their checks. They were expensive. Tom and Maddie steal a man's truck, and as soon as that happened, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that man is not going to see that truck ever again in his life. And they drive that truck to the center of the fight to save Sonic. It was really sweet, but I was like, you guys are going to get yourself killed. Really. There's a giant-ass robot, and you're going to come in a truck. Okay, good. They swoop in and save Sonic, but just as they're getting away, they weren't going to get away. Robotnik blasts the truck and flips it. The truck flips, and guess what? Tom and Maddie and Sonic come crawling out the truck with, you know, a couple of bruises. Oh, wow, ouch. But not too injured. They have a really sweet moment where they're like, Sonic, you're our son. Wherever you go, we go. I don't know why I'm doing an accent because they definitely didn't have accents, but it's giving dramatic effect. Okay, back to the scene. Sonic, wherever you go, we go. You're our son. If you die, we die. Together, that's what we do. Everything together. Ohana. Ohana means family, and family means no one is left behind. Somehow, Knuckles knocks the Master Emerald right out of Dr. Robotnik, and that's when things start to get interesting. Because then the Master Emerald shatters into 7 Infinity Stones. I mean, Chaos Emeralds. The whole fam is about to die, you know, let's die together. And Dr. Robotnik steps on them like they're roaches. At this point, we're thinking, wow, I guess it's over. And somehow, Sonic becomes supersonic. Chaos Emeralds have made their way into Sonic and turned him into Captain Marvel. Wow. Amazing. I love it. He's sparkly and gold and sickening and powerful and way more powerful than we even expected. Captain Marvel is not fucking around and he looks like he's about to get Dr. Robotnik real good. Instead, he decides to stay calm, show just how powerful he is. He doesn't want to fight. He wants to have a calm, mature conversation with Robotnik about what a mess he's made. And what a mess he is. And he knocks that giant robot over with the flick of a wrist. Sonic then spits out the Chaos Emeralds, you know, too much power, and Knuckles magically puts them all back together, forming the Master Emerald. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles decide, let's create a Chaos crew that will protect this crystal because we don't want it getting in the wrong hands, which is a beautiful setup for the third movie where I'm sure it's going to get into the wrong hands. It's implied that Dr. Robotnik is dead, but then it's re-implied that he's not dead. So, he's alive. Randomly, a 50-year-old file has been discovered, which lists the location of a research facility, which holds, you guessed it, Shadow. Shadow is a powerful hedgehog, created by Dr. Robotnik's grandfather many years ago. He is Sonic's ultimate rival. Hi, Sonic 3. The movie was good. Not bad, not great, good. cute. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed watching, but the whole time I felt like something was missing, something was off. The casting, it's fantastic. Jim Carrey is the star of this film. I don't know why Sonic is the main character, because honestly they should have just called it Sonic 2, The Crimes of Dr. Robotnik, because that's really what it was. Jim Carrey always delivers us some of the strangest moments of cinema. Many of those moments were in this film, that's for sure. Jimmy, you do whatever you want, and then we'll pick the best takes and we'll cut it in. Yeah. So just give us whatever. You're a professional. Because Jim shines in this role. He is so kooky, so crazy, so cheesy. It's everything. Now, if the Oscars could just give lead actor in a film to a comedian, Jim Carrey would get it. Actually, I think he should be nominated. I'm nominating him right now. Oscars, listen. The Academy, respectfully, I think you should be nominating more than just drama queens in this category. No offense to all the drama queens out there. Denzel, no offense, Leonardo. Everybody. Seems like everybody's doing dramas now, so next year's Oscar needs to go to a comedy queen, and that is Jim Carrey for the role of Dr. Robotnik in Sonic 2. Thank you very much. Things were well done. There was definitely a big budget here. I'm just confused as to why they didn't put a lot of money behind the people that write the story that drives the entire movie. Again, I'm not in the room. I also thought that Tails deserved way more airtime, because I know Knuckles is supposed to be the main antagonist of this situation other than Dr. Robotnik, and he's being introduced, so it's a big deal. And they're probably setting him up for the future, of course, I get it. Tails has a lot to deliver. Tails has a lot to show us. I just wanted to see more. I mean, Rachel used this iconic tiny blaster that Tails brought with him, but Tails didn't use his weapons. Did he? I don't think he did. And then halfway through the movie, he loses his backpack because he gets arrested and put in a cage. But you know what is iconic that they included, and I'm so glad they did, was that Tails can replicate himself. He was delivering Sky High, Doctor Strange in Infinity War. Just some of the most powerful people can replicate themselves, and Tails is one of them. Even though I felt like they dropped the ball on this one a little bit, it was still a solid, enjoyable movie with beautiful visuals, stupid-ass jokes, and lovable characters that we just cannot get enough of. Like all the other reboots, it's bringing a new generation to a classic franchise and bringing everybody else on a nostalgic ride that we've all craved for so long. I'm giving this movie a 6 out of 10. And that's being generous, because after the movie was over, I didn't even have much to say. I had just been bombarded with so many cringy jokes, I didn't know what to do with myself. So it took a few days for me to decompress. I felt like I was watching the Kids' Choice Awards, like I was gonna get slimed in my seat. That's how cheesy it was. Not even cute cheesy, not even cheesy that I love, that I can handle, that I would love to spray in my mouth. It was cheese that was on the charcuterie 2 days ago, but it's melted, so it's now dripping onto the floor. So it's still presentable, it's still edible, but it's not what I desired initially. Time for the rug reveal. Miles Tails Prower, get it? Miles Prower? Miles per hour, is a skilled pilot, mechanical engineer, and inventor. He's a two-tailed fox who first appears in the 1992 video game Sonic the Hedgehog 2, although it wasn't until the third game that players could actually fly his tails. He starred as the main character of several spin-off games and is allegedly 8 years old. It was created and designed by Yasushi Yamaguchi. He's voiced by Colleen O'Shaughnessy, who's been his voice since 2014. Tails can also turn into Super Tails, which I'm really hoping we get in the third movie. In summation, Tails can fly, replicate himself, pilot planes, invent things, and now He knows his worth. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below, and if you've got an idea for a rug or something you'd like me to talk about, let me know. If you like this video, you'll like last week's where I made a Power Ranger rug while I talked about the Amber Heard trial, and there's just so many good moments. Go watch that. If you like my vibe, hit subscribe. I've also linked a playlist at the end of this episode of all the Tuft and Talk episodes so far. Hit that like button because they're an intern sitting in the editing bay thinking, I don't know how all these jokes got into the final cut. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Jake Wilde, and I'll see you next time. Bye.